Been over 10 days. It's a remote location. It looks, from all intents and purposes, an extremely thorough search, and they've found no clues at this stage.
So what would police be doing behind the scenes now? I mean, again...
What has been going on behind the scenes? It's understood Mr. Lamont, that's Gus's father, only found out that Gus was missing when police woke him up at his Ballali North home hours after Gus had vanished. That's according to the Daily Mail. That in itself is huge, because it suggests not only a scenario where Gus is gone and the father isn't informed, but by inference his own wife doesn't seem to inform him either. The Daily Mail has been told that while Josh and Jess remain a couple, he doesn't live on the station because of family clashes with Jess's transgender parent Josie. It makes one wonder, are they a couple only in name, meaning legally? And is this a case of no love lost between the parents? And isn't that the reason why not only one parent but both biological parents and their family members haven't made a peep in this case so far?
I got nightmares in my head, I fear thoughts build up until I can't breathe. My mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. I got nightmares in my head, I fear.
Hello and welcome to True Crime Rocket Science. His brother Samuel insisted Mr. Lamont, who was once a country music singer performing in South Australian pubs under the name Billy T, was in no state to talk to anyone. Well, for how long can that state of not talking persist? 1 day, 2 days, 10 days? I mean, surely at some point you're able to recover and you're able to say something. This really is an extraordinary case. The first I think I've dealt with where a child goes missing and neither of the parents condescend to talk to the media appealing for help. Think of Summer Wells. Think of Gannon Stork. Think of Sebastian Rogers. Think of the Sullivan siblings. Think of even Madeleine McCann and John Benet Ramsey. In all of these cases, every single one, you had both parents, sometimes even the non-custodial parent and grandparents all weighing in. In the Gannon Stork case, and I wrote a book on that, Boy Interrupted, even Gannon's crooked, wicked stepmother spoke to authorities.
Any message for Gannon?
Gannon, when you get here, you'll be able to truly tell what happened. And then I really hope I get a sincere apology from everyone who has made all those things, especially from my husband. And
you can tell just from that and from the interviewer's face that the stepmom has quite a big chip on her shoulder. And yet here there's virtually no on-camera interview from a single family member. It seems the fear of being on camera is worse than the fear of not finding poor little Gus. But I want to put this into additional context. Before we get to that, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. If you're finding this analysis worthwhile, please do hit the thanks button and let's get started. Alright, so if Gus just disappeared and Jess didn't feel she was able to tell Josh, imagine if it was something worse. If something happened to Gus, let's say an accident or injury or worse, could she have told him then? Could she have told Josh what had happened? Then there's also statistics. Abductions by parents form a significant percentage of total abductions, almost 50%. That's according to FBI stats. That's around 1 out of every 2 abductions. Stranger abductions are even rarer at 24% of all cases, according to the FBI. Interestingly, only 2% of missing children reported to hotlines are stranger abductions. The important point to consider here, and this is the number 2 clue everyone missed, is that custodial abductions do occur, as you can imagine, during custody battles. Children are also sometimes harmed within the context of enmity or a falling out between their biological parents. The parents are arguing, the parents are upset, the parents are emotional, the children get emotional as well, and this can lead to harm of some kind. And so the inevitable question arises, were or are Gus's parents involved in one, meaning involved in a custody battle at the time that he disappeared? According to ebsco.com, parental abduction is a significant issue that typically arises in the context of custody disputes, especially during or after divorce proceedings. Now, whatever friends and family have said on this issue, actions speak louder than words. The fact is the father lived very far from his child, and Gus's bicycle, we see that in the front of Josh's home in Bilali North. That proves, doesn't it, that the arrangement wasn't that Josh would simply visit Gus on the farm, but that Gus came to visit him as well. And so one would wonder how often that was. How was that brought about? Did Jess drive him? Or did Josh have to drive all the way there and back? What was the situation? But clearly not on the weekend of September 27th. Clearly that was not a visiting weekend. Remember, it was a Saturday. So if it wasn't one of those weekends where he would see his son, why not? You know, that's a day that would have been, one imagines, Josh's day off. So what was the arrangement? It's also clear now that Gus didn't simply wander off. Why would he? Where would he wander off to if he was on a farm? Think about it. With the sun going down, the only place worth going to when he was outside at 5 p.m. is back inside. It's going to get dark, it's going to get colder. Why would you wander off? And there are no footprints. It's becoming clearer that some unknown third party was likely involved. And have a look at this headline from the New Zealand Herald. Criminologist says third party likely in disappearance of Gus Lamont. Speaking to news.com.au, criminologist Xanthi Mallet said all signs now pointed to a third party involvement. Quote, "Given he's so young, it's very unlikely that he would have run away. That's more a teenager kind of thing," she said. The scale of the search and how detailed it was, and the drones and everything else, it does feel at this stage, sadly, that if they haven't found something, that it's likely to be third-party involvement. The question is, which third party? Do you remember how the missing Gannon stalk case turned out? Letitia, Gannon's stepmother, was ultimately convicted of viciously murdering that child, and that happened in Gannon's own bedroom. Back to the article, Mallet said given the remote nature of the area near Oak Park Station, the lack of evidence found in the search also points to a third party. The lack of evidence suggests something happened and it was covered up, and that cover-up is continuing. It might be time to search more carefully inside the house. In a statement, South Australia Police said they were continuing to look at all options. Well, I'm not going to take it further than that. Thank you for listening. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next time.